Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's great to have you here. Okay, so this episode today is going to be a follow-up from one of my older videos, which I will link in the description. I got a lot of comments on it asking further questions, so we can talk about those, and maybe if you're looking to be an insurance adjuster or thinking about going into that industry, we can talk about it and I'll let you know. Still a pretty young YouTuber, so if you want to like and subscribe, I appreciate it. A lot of people were asking me how to get started. Most of the comments were about how much to get paid and how do you get a work from home position. So what I did was I worked for claims. How I got into that is I already had my college degree, and like pretty much everyone else in the insurance industry, I kind of fell into it. It was just the job that was available to me at the time with the resources that I had. Just a liberal arts degree. I have an English degree, so I got accepted with that. I had training, and then I just started doing claims. So keep in mind, I have only worked for one insurance company, but I've worked for them for 4 years. About 2.5 of those years have been working from home, and I just work from home a lot better because I'm not as distracted whenever I work from home. But I know that could be the opposite for a lot of people. So whenever you first start, you're going to have the boss looking over you, making sure that you're doing everything the best way, and you're gonna be learning a whole lot. Now, if you get hired on in a company before you get the adjuster license, that's gonna be best, and that way they can, they'll train you for probably like 6 months. My company sent me to adjuster training, and I got my license through them, and I took the test through my company, so I didn't have to pay for any of that, and that's really the best way to go, I think. So usually if you have a college degree, that's going to be your best bet to getting hired as an adjuster trainee, or sometimes it goes under casualty claims trainee. That just means auto. Sometimes it includes liability. So you're either going to have casualty or property. If you don't have a college degree, I would say that's probably okay. You might start as a customer representative, or like someone who answers the phones and actually types claims in. So they're taking information from just all the customers, putting claims in, and then somebody or some system takes those claims and sends them to claims adjusters. I know that a couple of the people at my company, who didn't have college degrees, they started doing that, like customer reps, and then they eventually got to go into the clear teams, and I think maybe 1 or 2 of them got to go into the unclear teams. By clear and unclear, I mean whether the fault of the accident is disputed or not. So clear claims would be like, oh, someone rear-ended you, you got hit by a deer, or you hit it's just one car. So, and unclear claims, which is what I did, which are disputed claims, is where there are 2 or more vehicles, and it's not especially clear who is at fault. The claims department is where everything happens. That's the most workload. That's where you're probably going to get the most money even. No wait, that's not true. I would think that working in an insurance agency, like if you're actually a salesperson, that's where you would probably get the most money. But working in an agency office isn't going to be really thrilling. You're not going to have that much stuff to do. You don't really need to be that organized, but you're going to be way more customer focused working in an insurance agency. I'm planning on making a video of like the most common accidents that I see as an insurance adjuster. How much did you make when you first started as an insurance adjuster? I see people say around 50K, but that's a lot of money. Do you think it's worth the money? Do you think it's worth the money? I can't say that for you. For me, it's probably not worth the money. I think it's great for a starting career. I honestly can't remember what I made as a trainee, because that was a long time ago. But after 4 years of working and, several promotions and raises or whatever, with my college degree, I was making about 54K. If you need the money, if you're just starting out and you need to buff up your savings account and stuff, I would say it's probably worth it, but just be prepared to work really hard and to be really stressed. It's not easy money by a long run. You're gonna be really stressed. I would also recommend that you get really good at taking care of yourself. Self-care and being able to de-stress is really important in this job. Accidents will always happen. It's job security, you know, like there's never not going to be accidents. But on the flip side of that, yes, job security, but also the work never stops coming. Because the point of being an insurance adjuster is not to money pinch, you know, penny pinch people. Like a lot of the general public don't really trust insurance adjusters, don't trust insurance companies, you know, and it's fine, but you really need to be there to want to help people. Like if you don't want to help people, if you don't care about people, like maybe this isn't the job for you. Gotta be real organized, gotta care for people. You just have to be genuine, I think, and people really, or at least, you know, I was always really genuine whenever I'm handling anything, any problems, any customers really. And I think that the customers really related to that and they understood better. One really good thing that you could do as an adjuster is be an active listener. And what that means is you're not thinking, if they're talking, you're not thinking about the next thing that you're gonna say. You're actually listening to them. And if they have a concern, you can, what's it called? I think mirror listening or mirror talking or something like that, where it's like you take in that information, you process it, and then you spit it back out in your own language. So that just lets the customer know, hey, I actually know what you're talking about. This is how I'm perceiving it. Is that correct? And usually they'll be like, oh, thank goodness, he understands what I'm saying. Like, he's on my team. Let's move forward with, you know, the solution. I think how I was able to succeed in the insurance industry, like claims specifically, is because I'm very organized, I'm detail oriented. So like you're gonna have a whole lot of tasks. You gotta do everything at once. You gotta like be on point and know what you're doing, have a good workflow, and just be able to like churn out results, you know? I treat everyone with compassion and I'm genuine with everyone. I think customers, again, they really do appreciate that. Don't take things personally. Absolutely do not take bad days or ill-intentioned customers personally. Like, you're gonna get some really mean comments, but customers aren't upset at you specifically. Most of the time they're just upset at the situation. And a lot of times people get upset when they don't understand something. So confusion equals upset. So if you can explain everything to them before they get upset, that's usually the best course of action. Okay, so if I wanted to do this part-time to go with a second job, could I do this on the side? No, not really. This is gonna be a full-time job. Like whichever, I don't think it even matters on the position, what kind of insurance adjuster you are, or you know, if you're just a claims rep taking phone calls, like it's almost always going to be full-time. Now there are, you can get into contracting, being a contract insurance adjuster, which, you know, that won't pay for, they won't pay for your benefits, but that means you also get a lot more money. So you can be a contract insurance adjuster, and how to do that is you'll already need your insurance adjusting license. You can contact a recruiting specialist and then they'll put together things for you, jobs for you. So the one that I know of is called the BEST IRS, which stands for Insurance Recruiting Specialists. So you can go to thebestirs.com if you already have your license and everything. I mean, that's not going to be part-time either, but that's going to be temporary work. And most of the time you would have to pay for your own hotel, but you could work there maybe 3 months or something. Contractors are usually hired when shit hits the fan. Or you could do contracting if you're an appraiser, like if you can look over vehicles or look at properties and be able to tell what kind of damages are done and what kind of repairs would be needed. Those get paid pretty well. You are going to be customer facing a lot, but you'll be in the field, like being able to drive around and stuff. Appraisers can be contracted out for really intense catastrophes. Like, so if you have a hurricane, or let's take like the California wildfires, there's going to be a lot of concentration of temporary appraisers going out there to help, because it's like so much work, too much work for one, for the normal workload. So that's when temp contractors are utilized as well. Let's go to the next question. Okay, just got my insurance adjusting license. How do I get a job like what you have? So I'm assuming that means how did I get a work from home insurance adjusting position? So I started working in the office for a smaller insurance company. You wouldn't have heard of it. It doesn't matter. It's not one of the big five. And I worked in office for about a year and a half before I told them, hey, like, I gotta move back to this city. I need city life again. The claims department had offered, for me to be able to work from home, and I accepted that, and then I worked from home for like another 2.5 years. So I just worked really hard. So usually a work from home kind of situation won't be, at least in our company, it wasn't normally offered until you've worked in office for 3 to 5 years. I think the biggest takeaway is going to be, this job is very stressful. There's a lot of overwhelming feelings that you can get just because of the workload. And just know how to de-stress. Know how to not take things personally, from customers or from the situations that they're in. Just be kind to everyone, and get along well with your coworkers and your managers, because there's going to be a lot of times that you've never seen an accident like this, and you need to round table with everyone. So that's really helpful. And again, since it is so stressful, it's really good to talk about it, at least with your coworkers, because they know exactly what you're going through, and they can help you through it too. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for me as an insurance adjuster, or if you have any questions about what the work life or workload is like, let me know in the comments, and I can respond to you pretty quickly, or I can make another video. Thanks again for watching, and just remember, be kind, be open, and be genuine. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I'm planning on putting out more adjuster videos because I like making these videos, but I do have other different kinds of content, so please subscribe, and I will see you next video. Okay, bye!